ready for an unforgettable moments. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Are you ready?
In a world where business is certain, Business on Air will help you do it the right way. We'll show you how to do it right. The right way to run your business successfully with lessons learned from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your powerful host, Miss Ashra, for Business on Air.
Philippines. Today is August 20, 2018. We are now here live here on Business on Air. We have here right now in the studio our very own our guest for now, Mr. David Wang from Taiwan.
Good morning, everyone. In Business on Air. Good morning, Miss Ezra.
Yes, good morning, Philippines, and good morning to our fellow listeners. Okay, good morning to subscribers of WWBL, audience live streaming, viewers around the globe, our managing team in the studio, my sponsor, Midori Naturals Cosmetics Incorporated, headed by Ms. Elizabeth Oro, Prezi Oro, Alex Oro, and Ashra Holdings LLC USA, Ashira Aircraft, Repair Services, WaterTech Philippines Incorporated, Loop Connect, and Loopers around the globe, headed by Mr. Badung, featuring Loop Connect, and to all Loopers who are users of Loop mobile application around the world. Greetings to Attorney Mildred Tria, and of course to our guest right now here, Mr. David Wang from Taiwan, and to all listeners and viewers from Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. Sir David, would you mind to greet?
Hello, everyone, especially from Taiwanese in the Philippines. Here, I would like to greet to all the people here, especially all the listeners. Thank you.
Yes, of course. To my family, I would like to greet Mr. Belagi Batum family, Ms. Rachel Gonzalez, Zizon family, our family in Pampanga, Mr. Saravanan Shadhuban of Malaysia, and Bond Street Capital London Limited in London, England, headed by our Finance Secretary, Mr. Hank Roy from Ireland, and all our investors in Frankfurt, Germany, the Tyson Group, AG, welcome to Philippines, my dear investors. And like what you said, Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and to our sisters and brothers in the Republic of China, right, sir? And our Hong Kong brothers there, of course. Good morning to all of you. And to Mr. Casey Lee of Singapore, my friends in Beijing, China, from Jinan City, Beijing, China, Mr. Vincent and Mr. Vanessa from Sinochoc, China. And Casey Lee from Singapore, welcome to Philippines soon. Mr. Carlo Peralta and family, good morning. Arnold, Chris, and our station manager, good morning to all of you. Okay, guys, and to all my investors in Europe and Germany for Ashira Aircraft Repair Services. See you soon in Manila. Okay, more about that greetings. Okay, for now, we're going to discuss our topic for today. It's more about the international, international project. And, from it's an international perspective from China, from People's Republic and Government of China, right, Sir David?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I believe right now everybody heard about One Belt, One Road.
Yes.
These topics. We are going to give some ideas for everyone and discuss about what is about One Belt, One Road from People's Republic of China.
Okay, so we're going to feature for today the opportunities from China in bringing good development in SME in Philippines, small medium enterprise in Philippines, throughout the Asia and Euro-Asia through this called One Belt, One Road. Okay, so sir, would you mind to, like this for example, would you mind to share on the background about the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st century maritime Silk Road, which has attracted attention from all over the world, especially from our dear President The Chinese President, Mr. Xi Jinping, visited Central Asia and Southeast Asian countries. Would you mind to share it to our fellow Filipino people and to Chinese people also?
Well, basically, when we say the Belt and Road, or we call it a Silk Road Economic Belt, and the 21st century maritime Silk Road is a development strategy proposed by the Chinese government, which is focused on the connectivities and cooperations between Europe, Asian countries. Priorities, it's the People's Republic of China's the land-based Silk Road economic belt and the ocean-going marine Silk Roads.
Wow.
For this one is the one to let China could be the in the history the biggest project to link for all of the world, especially for the Europe and Asia.
Oh, wow. So for that, when say it's one belt, one road, this is an English term for the term used by China, like it's the belt and you call the road or the Silk Road Economic Road, right? So it is called in English one belt, one road as the project of our dear president in China, of course. So more on that, as the China is the next giant economy, as we know, for the meantime, China is so the economy of China is getting grower and they're expanding bigger when it terms of economy, of course. So for this, what as the China's the next giant in economy in broad and plan term as one belt one road, it means okay for further understanding.
Well, when you talk about see the word one belt, one road, I have to say maybe people have some
misunderstanding.
Why one belt?
Why one belt?
Okay. Well, it consists of two parts. The belt, which we call it belt, could be recreating as an old Silk Road land road.
Old
land
silk.
road. It means
Old Silk Road. Okay.
Yeah. We should land base. We call it one belt because the belt connect from China to the Asia side.
European countries and Asian countries as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And which is he has been have already way back to 2,000 years ago. China in those different dynasty already creating.
Okay.
And they just recreate again.
Okay.
Yeah. And about the we call it one road. About one road is the route. It's a route. Actually, it's not a road. It's a route to various for all the Asian countries. I mean, for the ocean side.
Ocean side.
One road, but it's not exactly road. It's about.
It's a road from the ocean side, going to these Asian countries, to the Euro-Asian countries. So as we will repeat it again, One Belt, One Road is proposed, whom attracted attention from all over the world as the Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Central Asian and Southeast Asian countries. For this is a development strategy also proposed by the Chinese government, which focuses on connectivity and cooperation between Eurasian countries, primarily, of course, the PRC or People's Republic of China. As we will elaborate, the land-based Silk Economic Belt or SREB and the ocean, like what Sir David said, going Maritime Silk Road, is acronym for MSR, until 2016. This initiative was known in English as One Belt, One Road. It's a route from the ocean to connect. What are the purpose of this? Later on, we will just discuss it. Okay. So as we go to another question, Sir David. Okay. What is the purpose of this One Belt, One Road based on the international projects in China? Well,
the initial focus has been infrastructures, investments, educations, construction materials, railway and highway, automobile, real estate, power grid, and iron, steel. Already some estimates list the Belt and Road as one of the largest infrastructure and investment projects in history, covering more than 68 countries, including 65% of the world populations and 40% of the growth GDP as of year 2017.
Wow. Wow, that's a good answer. As we will repeat the answer of Sir David, he mentioned that the initial focus has been infrastructure, investment, education, construction, materials, railway and highway, automotive, real estate, power grid and iron steel, meaning it's not only focused on China, but it's also focused on the growth, economic growth for the neighboring countries as well, like in Southeast Asian countries after Europe, whom are one of the countries who's joining China, right? So for that, it is said that in the factual information that we got, it is said that some estimates list the Belt and Road Initiative as one of the largest infrastructure and investment projects. According to him, in history, covering more than 68 countries are all participants here. My God. Wow, that's a big wow. Do you think we're still alive, Ko? After that year will finish? How many years will be that more? Maybe they're starting right now, right?
Well, it's starting year 2013 for this.
Oh my
One Belt, One
God.
Road
Wow.
concept.
So we will not get older, that we will just see the development of the
Yes, of
global community.
Yeah.
It's
It's continually happening now.
happening now. It's currently happening right now. So
Yes.
for that, including the 65% of the world's population and 40% of global GDP as of 2017. Wow. How much is the total project cost for this? Do you think?
Well,
I think it's
Maybe-
three. I
have
Yeah.
said if total cost. If you talk about total cost,
Trillion.
I should say this whole project will needs and will bring in the total capacity for over 20 trillion US dollars.
20 trillion
Yes.
US dollars.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Over, yes.
Wow, that's too much. So once the PRC or People's Republic of China invests, of course, the Philippines and neighboring countries very close to China, of course. Later on, we will discuss how the Philippines will be benefit on how the Philippines will be get some advantages for this kind of project from China as one of the beneficiaries, of
Yes.
course, of this project. That's why Sir David represents PRC, People's Republic of China, and I'm from the Philippines, who will be the one who will, as we go on together, we're building a global community. That's what we called it, One Belt, One Road for economic growth and development. Okay, as we proceed. As we proceed on our next discussion, what are the economic advantages, like what I said, for China as well and other countries that join in?
Well, the Belt and Road is important.
Yes, sir.
It is an important way for China to transform its production capacity, because China has been developed for the past 30 years. They have lots of manufacturers now, lots
Yes,
of
sir.
production now in China. So this is the way to really can transform its production capacity advantage, technology, and the capital advantage, experience and model advantage into the market, and cooperation advantage. The One Belt, One Road covers, of course, what I say already, more than lots of countries
Yes,
and
sir.
the region in China, which is more than 4 billion people and more than 20 trillion dollars
Wow.
economic scales. Through the Belt and Road, construction Asia countries can share those big projects as well.
Yes, sir.
And China reform and development, and promote cooperations and dialogue among those renovate countries, especially more equal and balanced economic and trade relations. And of course, in this time, we would like to say all the countries who relate about One Belt One Road, because they want a peace and fast growing. So China proposed this one is the one they also benefit for themselves and also benefit for all the related countries. As a peaceful, as a fast growing exchange, all the experience and all the efforts.
All their efforts. Okay, more about those countries like Southeast Asian countries. As additional to that, many European nations are currently on board and join with this plan and have actually expressed their confidence that this new road, One Belt, One Road, will not only have positive effects to Asia but also to the global economy as a whole. Okay? Right, Sir David?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so would you mind to share, would you mind to name countries to join One Belt, One Road from the 68 countries? At least from the Europe, from the Europe side. That is not all, but few. Okay, like in Europe.
It's hard for me to say 68 or even, well, if you say 68, you 70 or what else? It's a lot of numbers.
It's a lot of numbers.
I should say the except from the USA, most of the country in Asia, in Europe are all almost joined because of their railway, because their shipping lines. They are all the largest now.
The largest. Okay, as what Sir David mentioned, the One Belt One Road initiative is geographically structured along several land corridors, the Maritime Silk Road infrastructure corridors encompassing around 68 countries as well. For that, primarily in Asia and Europe, but also including Oceania and Africa. Will cost estimate about $20 trillion all in all, the most.
Yes.
Wow, so you just need to imagine one globe connect from China. Imagine that's connector. Wow, so big development. Okay, for that, I would like to pause for some commercial break. We're coming back after a few reminders, so please stand by.
No one knew this better than Ben Franklin, who shared his timeless secrets called the way to wealth. It's the way to wealth.
Hi, I'm Percy Oro.
Hi, I'm Alex Oro.
Welcome to Midori Naturals Cosmetics Inc.
Do you want to start your own business?
We can help you to start your own beauty and wellness business.
Here at Midori Naturals Cosmetics Inc. You can visit us at www.midorinaturalsph.com. For more information, you can contact us at 045-308-0356 or at 0906-743-0984. Our manufacturing plant is located at Dau, Mabalacat, Pampanga.
Dreammakers Film Production presents Sports Panda, a new animation for the whole family. Watch a world where different animals come to life and live their dreams of being part of their beloved sports tournaments. Follow the road to success of a young panda teen. Live his dream to be part of their world-class sports competitions, super sports games, and his rise to the top. Coming soon to your local TV channel. Business on Air with Miss Ashra, the Tiger's Eye on Business, live brings your local business to the world stage. Join exciting discussions on business issues and concerns on Business on Air every Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on DWBL 1242 kHz.
Welcome back to Business on Air. He's your powerful host, me, Zasha Cruz, here on Business on Air. As we have here my powerful guest right now, we're going to have a time check. These portions brought to you by Ashira Aircraft Repair Services and Water Tech Philippines Incorporated. powered by our mobile application, Loop Connect. The time check right now is 10:21 in the morning. So, as we come back for our discussion, Sir David, more about in terms of economy for China and Southeast Asia nations who join like Philippines. What are the economic advantages as countries agreed together to perform this One Belt One Road international economic program and development?
Because about this topic, I think I should say China and Southeast Asia already has a very strong tie. Asian is currently China's third largest trade partners.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. With the implementation of the upgrading version of the Asian-China free trade zone, that the Asian maybe overtake the EU, Europe, as a China largest trade partner in the future. It means China and Southeast Asia, which is the Asian countries, has already very, very strong partnership. And not just because of this One Belt One Road,
yes,
but
sir.
of course because of this One Belt One Road concept. These development strategies will bring in more benefits for each other.
Yes, sir.
Especially China is the one right now, a giant that we're leading those Asian countries.
Yes, sir.
Into much more infrastructures or developments for each countries.
Wow.
To joint venture together.
Together, meaning to say they have the joint forces together in terms of economy, in terms of trading, act as one from Southeast Asian nations, led by our very own president, of course, Xi Jinping from PRC, China, as well as these neighboring partners and countries in Asia, that they can overtake, as what we assess, that they can overtake European nations in the near future. But it's not a threat to Europe, okay? We're just formulating that we together, with the joint force of the 68 countries, they can make a big impact to economy, to the social, culture and development, to the government, development as well. And China is now open. It's now open for investment internationally around the globe. Why I'm discussing here on Business in the Air, because we want the Filipinos knows that there is a great plan of China to the Philippines also, that later on our country will be the one who will take the big advantage riding in that kind of vehicle and system, and the same principle being part of Southeast Asian country. Okay. So for that, what made China move? Because I'm so puzzled. What made China move in its initiative to move in this kind of legacy based on the international concept of having this project, which is called One Belt One Road project? Sir David.
Well, this is a great course for the benefit of the people of all the countries along the way.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Right. In order to make the Europe Asian countries more economically
Yes, sir.
connected, more in deep cooperations and border development space.
Yes, sir.
We can use these innovative cooperations models to jointly build the Silk Road economic belt. This is the great cause for the benefit of people for all the countries along the way.
Wow. So as what Mr. David Wang said, that the Chinese government calls the initiative also as a bid to enhance regional connectivity and embrace a brighter future, not only for China, but for the neighboring Southeast Asian countries as well, from Euro-Asian countries to Africa to China as a whole, to have a big change for global economy as well. So as China will take a larger role in global affairs with a China-centered trading network, this initiative has the power to shift the center of the world's economic activity to Asia, as well as to provide Asian countries the resources they need to continue developing. The initiative is contrasting. Okay, I will just put some issues here. Sorry for this. I want to clarify. the initiative is contrasting with the two U.S. Centric trading arrangements. What are the two U.S. centric trading arrangements? The Trans-Pacific Partnership and the Trade and Investment Partnership. The program of BOR, which is the one who will broke the two concepts of America. I'm not letting the Americans and U.S. fight. Okay, I'm just imposing when it comes to international trading foreign policy, because I want Asia to become the bona fide, take the advantage of this, not other countries. Because I'm part of China. China is always here. We're brothers. Sorry for that.
Business on air is internationally, so I should speak very carefully. Not into politics.
Not into politics.
So
sorry.
for the business, of course, now we know.
No politics.
In this world, two giant. One is China.
Yes, sir.
One is U.S.
One is U.S. The situation
USA.
right now.
So right now,
between two countries.
when you say about these two giants fighting in this trade war.
Economic trade war.
This trade war, of course, is also related to all of the world, everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Especially in Europe, and especially right now, the Turkey. There's a turmoil, economic depression that they're experiencing right now because of the dollar, their dollar.
But I have to tell you, the trade war behind. I mean the Turkey problem behind.
Yes.
Is still U.S. and China. You have to understand.
At the back of this, at the back of this.
Yes,
we're just talking more about the current event. Sorry, I segue a little bit, but because it's the current situation.
Yeah, of course.
Right
everybody has, every country has his strategy. How to be
business strategy and economic strategy.
Yeah, economic strategy always be number one in the world.
Yes,
especially U.S. is the one strongly to say in U.S. dollar no one can replace them at this moment.
Yes, sir.
But we can see the growing stronger and stronger of the renminbi from China. So no one can say if China, the renminbi could be part of Asian like euro.
Yes, sir.
One of the joint currency.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will see what the One Belt One Road will bring in.
Maybe
from this
kind of situation right now, because the two big giants are, it's a global alert that these economic growth and development surpasses all those kinds of, especially us in the Philippines. We're only a small country, but we're just watching them. Here in the Philippines, we're just watching what's going on, and we cannot say anything, because we are from the third world country.
We should not just watch him. We should be careful not to get hurt.
Not to be
Secondly,
get hurt. Yes.
we should also to see, in fact, because of the trade,
because of the trade,
this trade war. So some part, I believe, Philippines could be benefit. Some part, well, maybe you'll be get hurt, but some part, Philippines will be the most benefit countries. Why? Because China are so close with Philippines, and Philippines could be the place that instead of lots of product they get it from U.S., they can get it from the Philippines
and trade it to China.
Yes,
okay.
As a third party.
Okay.
Not to against together.
Yes.
And U.S. Well, we're U.S. and Philippines are so close. Way back to several years ago until now. Yes, but of course China and U.S. all see Philippines the most important country for them in this Southeast Asia.
Okay.
So Philippines definitely in this trade war could be some part benefit.
So there's a advantage and disadvantages of this current scenario when it comes to economic trading or economic war, what I said. But I'm asking apology to U.S. and China, to the government of U.S. and China, because I'm just imposing how they impose these kinds of initiative when it comes to contrasting party between the two U.S. Trading arrangement like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, that's the other foreign trade policy of United States, and Trade Investment Partnership. I'm not telling that it's a contradict totally to China trade war. What I'm trying to say is the factual information that we gather and imposing it to the public as a public information drive. Okay, for that, based on the going back to our main topic, the program of OBOR, of One Belt One Road, aim is to encompassing countries financially receive the support of Silk Road Fund and Asian Infrastructures Investment Bank. As what I think, this Silk Road Fund and Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank are formulated in China, right? Based on the government.
Based on my understanding, of
Yes,
course,
sir.
One Belt One Road is not any private company's
Yes, sir.
project. It's belong to
Government.
China government. So the leading group of those advancing development of the One Belt One Road was formed sometimes in late year 2014, and its leading lineup, the publishing on February 1, 2015. Okay, this one, this steering the community reports directly into the State's Council of the People's Republic of China, and it composed of several political heavyweights, evidence of the importance of the program to the governments. It means what I say is about all the thing is all into government policies,
principles and policies,
and this
strategies.
This is only the most important directions now that China has to move on. Yeah. It's not only for themselves but also for related countries.
Yeah, relating countries.
Yes.
As base of the move of President Xi Jinping, as he made a foreign policy, like what I said, Mr. David Wang said, as he made a foreign policy by promising that the creation of One Belt, One Road will allow China also to offer more economic support to other countries in Southeast Asia as the backbone of economic move to sustain countries, especially Southeast Asian nations, as to help those countries to develop their construction public policies and infrastructures included in that foreign policy. That's the information. So, Sir David, may I ask a question? It's great to know that more European nations are currently on board with the plan of OBOR, or One Belt, One Road program from China government. What can you say more about this as a base on the European nations that have currently expressed their confidence that this new road, One Belt, One Road, will not only have positive effects on Asia, but on the global economy as a whole?
Okay. You know, the Belt and Road is addressed as infrastructure gap.
Okay.
And those has potential to accelerate the economic growth according to the Asia Pacific area and the Central and Eastern Europe. Yeah. A report from the World Pensions Council, WPC, estimate that Asia, including China, requires up to 900 billions of infrastructure investments per year of the next decade, mostly in debt and instrument. 50% about current infrastructure spending rate. The gaping needs for long-term capital, explaining why many Asian and the Eastern Europeans heads of states gradually expressed their interest to join their new international financial institution, focusing solely on real assets and infrastructure driving economic growth.
Wow, very well said, sir. And there will be a 50% above current infrastructure. From this, the World Pensions Council, or WPC, estimates that Asia, excluding China, requires up to $900 billion. Wow, so big of infrastructures investments per year over the next decade. mostly in-depth instruments, 50% above current infrastructure spending rates. Wow. There's the gapping that you mentioned, that need for long-term capital explains why many Asian and European heads of state gladly express their interest to join in. Now I understand, because of that economic benefit to their country as well, to each countries, for the 68 countries. And I know that there our of course our show will because we're in international business on air right now. We're discussing about the project of the People's Republic of China government, as well as the Philippine nations will be benefit on this matter. Okay, sir. So for that, and the main focus solely on real assets and infrastructure-driven economic growth. Of course, once there is a development, automatically each country, once it's developed, the appraise of the value of the land becomes from raw land to non-performing asset become now an asset to each and everyone because of that so-called development, right?
Not only that, the effect is once you are part of that, this One Belt One Road, you can see, like Philippines, we can see not only China will join. I mean, join the development in the Philippines, but all of the world now, right now.
Yes, sir.
They are all interested. They are all interested.
Yes,
China say when they join, and then they bring in not only for China investors, but also internationally, everybody right now watch out what they can do. They can invest. They can catch up for the Philippine opportunities.
Oh, wow. So for that, how about in your country? How about in your country, in our own country here in the Philippines? Because Sir David is a resident here already in the Philippines for a long time. He is the vice president also of Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and he has many projects, of course, here in the Philippines. And what is the advantage and benefit to this project in our country, being still included as a third world country right now?
Well, I believe...
based on your own opinion.
I believe for that, before China called it foreign investors to invest in China, it was priest coming. That's before priest coming. And the Belt and Road, the One Belt and Road strategy, represents China's to going out. Southeast Asia is the place that where the overseas Chinese live the most. The One Belt One Road is the big opportunities, especially for the Chinese businessmen. It means for this one, before this One Belt One Road, before year 2013, China still want all those investors over the world into their countries.
I see.
But now China, they changed the strategies. They want to do opposite. They want to bring all their investors.
Yeah.
Okay, to bring their investors, to bring their technology, to bring all the experience.
Yes, sir.
To go out.
To go out.
So those countries, when they're going out, they can bring in more.
I see.
Yeah.
For
more joint venture partners.
Joint venture partners.
Yes. So
Wow.
they would like to use this way to let all the related countries in peaceful way and more powerful way to develop for each other.
I see. So you said that's a good term and a very simplified explanation that the China right now is making the contrast, going out, then coming in for more joint venture partners around the country, is to make it more. It's a togetherness in that economy in one specific goal.
Especially a while ago, I also mentioned, because way back to several years ago, China has all international investors, manufacturers from foreign side.
Yeah.
So they inside China's, they already have all those different kind of technologies, investors, experience, it has to let those productions and technology to also expand. Where they can expand by themselves, definitely it's better if can use the giant's power.
I see.
The giant's power can leading them together with other countries' government side to expand their business.
I see.
Yes. So that's a win-win situation.
So expand your business, exchange one. Of course, when maybe this is also the solution for the current issues right now between the two giants.
Yes.
Of course, because it's unity. It's a unity for among all nations. I see. So as well as we will explain further for elaborate and more informative discussions, we're coming back after a few reminders. So please join us and stand by.
Hi, I'm Pressy Oro.
Hi, I'm Alex Oro.
Welcome to Midori Naturals Cosmetics Inc.
Do you want to start your own business?
We can help you to start your own beauty and wellness business.
Here at Midori Naturals Cosmetics Inc. You can visit us at www.midorinaturalsph.com. For more information, you can contact us at 045-308-0356 or at 0906-743-0984. Our manufacturing plant is located at Dau, Mabalacat, Pampanga.
Dreammakers Film Production presents Sports Panda, a new animation for the whole family. Watch a world where different animals come to life and live their dreams of being part of their beloved sports tournaments. Follow the road to success of a young panda teen. Live his dream to be part of their world-class sports competitions, super sports games, and his rise to the top. Coming soon to your local TV channel. Business on Air with Miss Ashra, the Tiger's Eye on Business, live brings your local business to the world stage. Join exciting discussions on business issues and concerns on Business on Air every Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on DWBL 1242 kHz.
Welcome back to Business on Air. Our time check right now is about 10:42 in the morning. This portion is brought to you by WaterTech Philippines Incorporated, by Loop Connect mobile application, together with Midori Naturals Incorporated, and of course Sports Panda. Later on, we will have an announcement for you for Sports Panda. As we go back to our main discussion with regards to One Belt One Road, from government of Republic of China, I'm just thinking how the Philippines, of course, because I'm a Filipina, and I'm more interested on how our fellow Filipinos will be the one to benefit on this kind of program, this kinds of initiative from mainland China. May I ask her, David, how the Philippines will be benefit on this kind of initiative from China's project One Belt One Road?
Okay, let me say about myself, our experience. Of course, we are not originally from the Philippines. I'm from Taiwan.
Yes, sir.
Why I come here in the Philippines? Because now we believe Philippines has great opportunities, not only before but also now, and there will be more great opportunities coming because since the year 2016 we can see the President Duterte already has a much better relationship with China side. So it opens up and build up the bridge, not just build up the wall. So in this One Belt One Road, starting from now, China also opened up, right? So once it opened up, the first opportunity is all the businessmen, they now open their mind. All the tourism coming, all the businessmen coming, because China government, they open up to allow their people to do more investments in the Philippines. Then we can see now build.
Okay.
For the build.
As our president, sorry to bother you.
Yes, we understand there are more than 75 major infrastructure projects are now proposed to the China side, and the China government side are willing to help and also cooperate about those projects. Then we see the help for this infrastructure or trading or all the different part.
Okay.
That I believe for Philippines SME. They can catch up for different opportunities.
Okay, well, very well said that our government, of course, will be the one, and our people, the state of the Philippines, will be the one who will be the sole beneficiary of these projects from the China. As we need your help from China, of course, to build our infrastructures and our projects based on our Honorable President Rodrigo Duterte, which is under his regime right now, which is the principle of build. And as what the China government now, by principle, initiative to have what you call One Belt, One Road program. So it's a connect, and of course, this particular One Belt, One Road program also, maybe as what we look on the near future, can solve the issues of trade war to make it more participants in the growing economy in China and other countries as well. As for that, why Philippines as well? Because Philippines, you know, our resources, we have good human resources, we have natural resources, especially the cost of labor is cheaper, like in China also together. And as what I can see, Philippines is open now for investors. That's what you see. This is the it's not a playground for everybody, but a safer way to invest is Philippines also, because people here can speak English at the same time. They know how to speak, and we have a very close relation to China when it comes to economic trade, and it depends on the global markets as well. It depends on the fluctuating whatever, but China and Philippines for a long time have a very good relation, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, moreover, on these kinds of, as what I see, there are also Filipino and Chinese businessmen, business in the China and business here. And we have also, you know, the local Chinese here from Binondo. We have also the naturalized Chinese here who have been Filipino right now. And our Chinese and our millionaires and billionaires are from China, whom is, the number 1 to 10, some of them have Chinese blood, and that's the reason why they are playing a big role in the Philippines' economic growth and development. For a decade already that we are being with China, and as what I know, China never rule or empowered other countries. They never conquer like the Spaniards conquer us for 333 years. It's 100 years, but China never. But they only a trader, a galleon trader here in our country during the pre-war, and then during the war they are silent. Because I don't even hear that China invade countries like our country.
Correct.
Yeah, but what I know is just that in terms of Chinese policies, there are more only on trade and business and investment. So now the form of trading or investing, like what you said, is a contrary to what the China before 100 years ago. Right now, China is open to the world through this kind of program, One Belt, One Road, under the government of China, to benefit also the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations, particularly going to as a connector or encompassing from Southeast Asian countries to Eurasia and to Africa and Oceania, right? Okay, for that, so I would like to answer more about the bilateral, what is the relation, based on our own opinion and experience being a businessman and being the vice president of Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. You know the platforms of the business in the Philippines and in China and Taiwan. So by this kind of bilateral trade between China and Philippines as to current trading relation between countries, what do you think right now is the advantage of having those kinds of trading policies between countries? Between China and Philippine relation or Taiwan under your movement, Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce now. When it comes to Filipino businessmen, or as a whole generally.
I mean,
sorry for the surprise question, but
no,
I know
no,
you
no.
can.
I like this question.
Thank you so much.
So I can introduce my Taiwan Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. So Taiwan Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines, we have been more than 30 years. So we know Philippines. I should say most of the members are all businessmen in the Philippines. I should say all, and most of them stay here for quite a long time. Some are more than 40 years. Some are 30 years, like me, more than 20, 24, 25 years. So we could be the window to let those Chinese investors more understand how to cooperate in the Philippines. And we also would like to guiding Philippine businessmen to do business in China or cooperate with Chinese investors, Chinese businessmen doing business in the Philippines. And not only for investment, but also trading and also other different kind of corporations. And this is the best time, not like before. Of course, before there's no one belt, one road, so everybody just do by yourself without government support.
Wow.
But now, because of this one belt, one road, because of this, open up for the better relationship between China and the Philippines. So I believe this is the best timing now. All the SME or even micro SME, you have to open your eyes and think twice how to catch up these opportunities. In this one belt, one road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And also, thank you for that very well detailed explanation, sir. And as we go finish, so we have only 5 minutes to close our show.
Yeah.
And later on, Sir David, you will be my guest, if you don't mind, in my TV show in Asia. And you will be my co-host. I'm announcing it now to the world. I'm sorry. Okay, more about Sports Panda. We have an announcement right now. Sir David, would you mind to announce in the 30 seconds? Sorry.
For the Sports Panda
here is the...
this is why one of my projects is Miss Astra.
Yes,
so
Dream
Sports
Makers.
Panda with Dream Makers companies,
Yes.
we proceed to the next step. We already have a license, has a right statement
Yes.
through all the notarized from Department of Foreign Affairs in Taiwan,
Yes,
and
very
also
proud.
MECOS, all everything we are legally can perform, can already start, and also preparing for the airing in the Philippines.
Airing in the
We will
Philippines.
show you what is power of Sports Panda, because Sports Panda is the #1 airing of the in China, the #1 CCTV. And then we can be the #1 in China rating.
Number 1 in Philippines.
We also can be the #1 in the Philippines.
Aiming to be the #1 in Philippines for our local TV
Okay.
channel. Please,
And-
coming soon.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sports Panda. He is the man behind the Sports Panda that are
Yeah.
featuring every
Yeah.
now and then, together with Dream Makers Film Production. So, sir, would you mind to greet for our closing? Palakpakan naman natin for our... Sir David.
I'm trading for Dream Makers and Sports Panda to be more success.
Yeah, headed by Miss Ashra and Sir David together in 1/4 TV channel. Abangan niyo po yan for our local TV channel coming soon. So, Sir David, would you mind to greet on the air for our closing, and what can you say more on Business on Air?
I'm happy stay here, and then I believe Business on Air will be more success in next more shows.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, more about it. So, natunghayan nyo po ngayong umaga as you watch our episode August 20, 2018. Our topic, and we featured more about One Belt, One Road, visible from the man of change, the business man that I have here right now, my associate, and I'm proud to be a business partner of Mr. David Wong, together with my company, Dreammakers Film Production with Sports Panda, as we have right now the international copyright, and we will have the local copyright to be aired on TV later on, coming soon, and Business on Air Asia, Business on Air International will be seen in your local TV channel, international and local, with my co-host David Wong from Taiwan. Sir David, thank you so much for trusting me, and thank you so much for those projects.
Thank you, Miss Ezra.
Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much, Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and say hi to PRC, People's Republic of China. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this radio station, and I would like to thank you, my beloved audience and listeners around the globe. I'm your powerful host, Misha Cruz, serving you the best of our success and happiness. This is the way to wealth here on Business on Air.
Thank you.
It's the way to wealth, way to find prosperity. It's the way to wealth.
And that was Business on Air with Miss Ashra. Catch her again next month.